up everyone? How you doing? This is vlog number 2. Shout out to everybody who tuned in to the first vlog. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're tuning in for the first time, check out vlog number 1. It's really powerful, and I talked about making an agreement. This is our contract so that we can stay accountable with each other, so we can freaking crush the rest of 2022. It's a blessing to be alive. It's a blessing to be connected with you. I'm super excited for this vlog. I'm gonna take you for a walk. Let's go. Let's do this, man. Let's go for a freaking walk. It's really nice outside too. Far out. It's well, it's a bit cloudy, but it's about time that it wasn't raining. So as you can see, it's pretty sunny. But I did mention to you guys that, you know, in order for you to become successful in your life, you got to stay consistent. And this is the one thing that I'm going to make sure that I show up like what I said. And that's the other part of this journey, is keeping your word, right? When you say you're going to do shit, you got to follow through with that and keep your word. And so the one thing that I said to you guys is that I'm going to stay consistent. I'm going to post every Monday. And the only way that we're going to achieve our goals, our dreams, is by staying consistent. So I hope that as you tune in, just the fact that I continue to post is clearly showing you that I'm serious. I'm not here to play games, and that's going to be motivating and inspiring as well. So there's a lot of land here, as you can see. There's a lot of houses behind me that was just land as well. And this area used to be just a lot of big properties, and now they've subdivided it and they're putting houses everywhere. But I've watched a lot of these houses be built while living here, and it's already been 7 months since I moved to this area. And the one thing that I've witnessed is houses being built, and the metaphor of it, it's really powerful because there's a real big meaning to it, understanding that your success and whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, your goal, maybe losing weight, maybe being healthier, you're climbing the ladder in your professional life, building your own company, whatever it is, it's building blocks. It's setting the foundation first. It's putting the frame up. It's putting the bricks. It's getting all the, you know, different parts of the house to put it all together for it to become what it is in the end. And, you know, there's a couple of houses near my house that constantly were being built every day, and it's so relatable to your life that you can't have everything straight away. You have to start first with the land, and then you have to put the foundation, and that's part of your success as well. So it's just understanding that there is a process to things, and sometimes we want things straight away, you know, where we want that success and to achieve that greatness automatically without doing the work. And it's like, man, it doesn't happen like that. But in order for you to get there, what's required is focus, consistency, dedication, protecting your energy, being able to set healthy boundaries, being able to say yes to you and no to everything else. Because the more power that you invest into your goal or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, the faster that you're going to achieve it, right? If you're constantly being distracted by people, friends, parties, events, everything around you, and that's why it's really challenging sometimes, because listen to the beautiful birds. Sometimes it's really challenging because there's so many things happening around you that are distracting you from being able to achieve your goals and being able to achieve what it is that you're going for, right? That's the hard part, you know? So there's also a lot of doubt and a lot of fear and, you know, what if I fail? And I've heard this a lot. A lot of people go, I'm afraid if I fail. And I'm like, now what I've learned since starting my company and doing what I'm doing is that failure is part of success. You have to fail, and it's fucking shit. It feels ugly to be rejected. It feels ugly for people to say, no, I don't want to work with you. It feels ugly to go through that, but the opportunity there is so much lessons. It's the same thing with relationships. Every time you get rejected, it's like, well, those people are not for you. Move on. You know, don't allow someone rejecting you to define who it is that you are. That's the one thing that I've realized, is that when someone rejects you, never reject yourself. Know your worth, right? And just know that what's for you will not suffice. What's for you will be for you. What's not, it will move on. So welcome to my YouTube channel again. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell and the like as well. It's been so amazing, this journey, but most importantly, I spoke to you guys about my goal, and at the end of this year I want to buy a car and stuff like that. And I went through this kind of like phase of thinking, should I share that? Is that too personal? Are people going to judge me? And guys, if you read the description of my video, the last one, I actually kind of debunked stuff and helped you understand my thought process about that. But most importantly, again, it comes back to not caring about what people think, doing you. Doing what you feel is right for you, not stopping or limiting yourself just because you think someone else is going to judge you. And that's what this life is really about. The more that you lean into doing what you want to do, what makes you happy, the more free you are. The more that you let the world control you and people's opinions of you and all that kind of shit, the more that you're not going to shine. Even like walking here, I can hear my mind going, oh, don't talk too loud, Luke, because there's neighbors and there's people here, and maybe they're going to look at you weird or look at you funny, or they're going to judge you and stuff like that because you're holding a freaking camera, And this is what you have to push yourself past, is this freaking fear, is this thought process of, oh, what if this or what if that, or what are people going to think? You have one life, your life is going to kill you. Like, this is your opportunity to attack it, and go and get what you deserve, right? So it's crazy because after I did that video with you guys, I wasn't even aware, but it was my day off. I think the next day was my day off. And I thought, okay, after I had a sauna, I went to the Audi dealership because I wanted to have a look at some cars, and I wanted to just see if there was an RS7 because I wanted to test drive it. And so I went into this dealership, and they didn't have one because it's a very expensive car, so they don't have it there. And I was like, oh, spewing, okay, well, show me what other cars you got. And I said, look, what have you got for around 80K? Because, I want to see if I can find something for my dad. And so basically what happened is, the sun is so good like this now, it's going to be in my face. But basically what happened was they showed me around, and I found a nice car, and then I sat in it, and then I was like, wow, this is actually something that my dad would love. And so I ended up freaking buying it because it just felt right. It's amazing because, I've never done that in my life. I've never gone to a car dealership and just bought a car like that because I could never afford it, and I was always in debt from like when I was 18 to 28, 10 years of my life. I was gambling all the time. I didn't have a relationship with money. I didn't even understand the concept of money. I saw a quote today that said, knowledge is a byproduct. No, money is a byproduct of knowledge. And I was like, wow, yeah, that's true, because that's what I do. I sell my knowledge. I sell my information. I sell, I'm helping people, sharing my advice and my wisdom and my experience of my life and everything that I've been through, and helping people evolve and heal their past. And I hold space for people and help them to feel safe and to feel heard, and help them overcome their pain and trauma and insecurities. And I just have this gift of helping people open their hearts to evolving and to owning this story, instead of being a victim and confined to this box of like, I am my trauma, I am my past, I am never going to be able to live my dreams because of what I went through in the past. This is why I'm fucked up, for example. So that's pretty much basically what I do. When I read this quote, I was like, yeah, it's true, money is a byproduct of knowledge, because that's what I share knowledge. But it's more than that, to be honest. It's not just the knowledge, it's just my energy and what I do as a coach and motivational speaker, and how I create this safe space for people. It's crazy. Like, even it's just a level of empathy and compassion, because I have so much self-love, and this is what amplifies my energy, even virtually, when I connect with clients. And I realized that, yeah, some of my clients have been through some horrific trauma in their life, and even I sometimes am like, how am I doing this? And I get it now. It's just, and I know how I do it, but it has to do with a lot of, my work is very relatable. I'm very real and authentic. I don't go off a textbook or freaking some book that I read, you know, and studied. I go from real life experience, but most importantly, it's my presence and my energy, my authenticity, my love, my understanding, my compassion, my empathy, and my ability to navigate conversations and navigate the communication and the space of providing a safe space. And so it completely makes sense. So definitely debunking that. Actually, it's more, it's money. It's more than knowledge. You know, it's energy. It's your presence. It's your personality. It's all that kind of stuff. So definitely, let's rephrase that. Money is a byproduct of knowledge, but way more than that as well. That's for sure. But yeah, going to that dealership, it was ridiculous. And so that's why also, guys, you know, I noticed my eyes closed because the sun is quite bright. It's so nice to have the sun because it's been raining so much, and vitamin D is so healthy for you. The sun is so healthy. So get as much of it as you can. But kookaburras, you can hear them. But yeah, guys, so now you guys, maybe that helps you become more aware of how serious I am, that I just bought my dad a car. But I want to have my own car. I haven't had my own car that I've owned for freaking forever. And every car that I had in the past, Volkswagen GTI, Nissan Skyline, Mitsubishi Evolution 8 MR, sports cars, you know, these cars, I was always in debt, for real. Like, I just felt my hair falling. I was like, fix it up. But I never have owned my own car. So I was always in debt. I always got personal loans, banks, you know, I went to the bank to, you know, I always had to pay back stuff, you know. So having a business obviously is different because you can use your business as leverage to, you know, get pretty much whatever car you want, and just get it on finance. But I know that everybody has a different mindset, but you know, I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, because I haven't bought it outright, it's not yours. You know, it actually is expensive too. You can only afford certain things, right? If you have a company and you have an expensive car, for example, you can't afford to have an expensive car if you're not making good money. Like, that's for real. You know, just because, you know, someone can say, oh yeah, but you're leasing it. So that means that you don't own it, which means it's not really yours, you know? But if you didn't have a company and you had to buy that car outright, it wouldn't be as feasible and workable as if you did have a company. You get what I'm trying to say? And plus, the repayments on an expensive car are quite a lot. They're quite significant. Sorry if the camera's wrong because the freaking sun's in my eyes. I thought I'd take you guys for a walk. But I'm just sharing this simple information because people are always going to judge, you know? And again, you know, I told you guys I'm going to be fucking real. You know, I want you guys to understand my thought process, my thinking, and, you know, and it's creating conversation, because I'm sure, you know, there'll be people that you want to comment and go, oh yeah, this is what I think, or this is whatever, and it's okay. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to tell you how to do things. I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing with my life, because, you know, this is a journey, and the more that we can support each other and learn from each other, please comment in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. I'm not here to hide anything, man. I'm just here to speak my truth with you guys and share with you what's going on, because this is an opportunity for us to grow and to step more into just doing what's right for you, okay? You know, even if you make mistakes, like I'll give you an example. My brother-in-law's dad, he's a quite successful businessman, and he said to me to do the opposite, especially with this whole car stuff. He said, I will always buy the car outright. And I was like, okay, let me try and understand his way of thinking. So basically, if he's buying a $300,000 car, he pays cash so that he never has to pay anyone anything. My way of thinking is this, right? This is how I think. Let me tell you. The way that I think is, I will get a car, and then in 2 years' time, there's going to be a new one. So then I'll take that car back and I'll get the new one. So for me to go and pay $300,000 for a car, knowing that I'm going to get a new one in 2 years' time, For me, it's a waste of money. And I would prefer to not use that chunk of money, $300,000, and spend it on the car and have that money gone. Make sense? Versus if I just lease the car and I pay a monthly repayment of like $3,000 or $4,000 a month, and then I don't have to, I can keep that $300,000 in the bank and I can invest that into something else. Make sense? That's the way that I think. So I don't have to use all that cash on paying for that car. I can keep it in the bank, or I can use it as investments for making more money doing something else. So look, everyone has a different mindset. Everyone thinks differently. And that's the point of life. But most importantly, I'm doing stuff now that I've never done before, especially business. Like the biggest lessons that I'm learning in business is failure, is to embrace failure, is to know that it's okay to fail. It's okay to be rejected. Doesn't mean that you give up. It means that you learn. It's the same thing with relationships. Relationships fuck up. Things happen, and it doesn't work out in the best way that you want it to, and you got to learn from it. But you got to learn from it in a way where you don't be needy. You just look at what's happening, look at what you don't want to go through again, and make sure that when you do attract a relationship in the future, that it is not the same as what you experienced in the past. That's the lesson. The lesson's there. But it seems like there's a lot of us that seem to keep attracting the same people into our future and not learning the mistakes from the past. We're not learning our lessons. So learn the lesson and don't make the same mistake in the future. That's what it's all about. That's the park that's opposite my house, which is really, really nice. But that's what this is all about, guys. I'm just coming back to my house. I'm going to keep this video short, sweet, but again, keeping it real. Most importantly, anything that you're going through in your life is teaching you something. And that's why there's two statements that I say: evolve or repeat. So you use this in anything in your life, whether it's business, whether it's relationships, whether it's friendships, whatever it is, evolve or repeat. You can either keep repeating and keep making the same mistake again, like what life is presenting to you, right? Or you can evolve and go, okay, I'm going to learn from that experience and I'm going to move forward in my life. That's the opportunity. So for example, I could go and say, okay, I'm getting this car, I'm getting it on finance. I go through an experience that teaches me that I shouldn't have done that. That teaches me that maybe I should have paid $80,000 straight up, right? So without me going through the experience, how am I going to know? Hence why, obviously, if you want to learn from somebody else who's done it, you pay them. And that's the one thing that I'm going to finish on with you guys, is when you pay attention. Hence why there is a big market in this personal development space. But not only that, in business. I mean, I have a business coach, and when I pay him every week. And so when I have a problem, what do? I freaking call him. I message him straight away and I said, hey, I need this answered. How do I fix this? How do I do this? And you know what I do? When he tells me the answer, I listen. But the difference between a lot of people out there is, especially if it's friendships, especially if you're giving advice to friends, and what I'm learning with my best friend as well, is that you try to help and support, but they don't hear you because they're not paying for it, right? Versus when people pay me for private coaching, or where they pay and they invest in themselves for group coaching, for example, they take action because they've made a conscious investment into themselves, right? And that's where you pay attention, because you know that this is costing you something. Versus when it comes nice and easy and you haven't made that investment, there's something in the mind, definitely psychological, when you do make that investment into yourself and you are ready to take action and learn, right? And that's why there's the quote that says, ask and you shall receive. If you don't reach out for help, right? If you never ask for help, the answer will always be no, right? So that's one of the biggest things that I'm learning as well, is that you can give advice and you can try to help others, But when they're not paying for it, it's very unlikely that they're going to take action. And I like to see myself that, even though I don't know it all, I like to do things my way as well, so that I learn from the experiences. And, one of my brother-in-laws has been in business in many years, and he's done his own things with financing cars and having business and stuff. So I've learned from him about how that kind of works as well. So I kind of have a fair idea of what I'm doing. But anyway, guys, I believe in you. Never give up on your dreams. We are 1 week further along towards our goals, towards making sure that 2022 is the best year of our life, and the next 6 months is going to be the best 6 months. I hope that you're staying consistent. I am staying consistent. I've been getting up at 5 a.m. every single morning. This morning I got up at 5 a.m., 5:30. I was at the gym, got back at 6:30, had my breakfast, 7:30 started my podcast. If you haven't tuned into the Luke Mind Power podcast, check it out. It's on all podcast platforms. You'll absolutely love it. I shared a story about what I went through back in 2012 with some relationship rejections, and it was pretty heartbreaking what I went through, but it changed my life. So if you haven't tuned into that episode, it's episode 149. You will love it. But most importantly, stay consistent, okay? Stay consistent, right? I'm telling you, my energy is ridiculous. Like the way that I show up right now, and how I'm dedicated, and I'm just believing, and I know it, man. If you put the work in and you stay consistent and you take action and you keep showing up, you are going to achieve the results. You're going to manifest whatever it is that you want in your life. Okay, so man, the routine is important. Finding your balance is important. Having a day off for yourself is important. Okay, taking care of yourself, sleeping better, right? Gratitude journal. Every night before I go to bed, I'm writing my gratitude journal. I'm going to bed, I'm waking up and I'm saying it's a blessing to be alive. Today I'm going to freaking have an amazing day. Let's crush it. Okay, so you take control, stay consistent, get your routine happening, and then I will talk to you next week. All right, guys, if you haven't subscribed, click that subscribe button, hit that like button, notification bell. Stay connected with me so that you're updated every time a new video is released. I'm sending you so much love. Let's keep crushing this, and make sure that you love yourself a little bit extra today, because you are amazing and you've been through a lot. And because of that, you are powerful. I'll see you soon, guys. Peace out.